Hi, good morning, folks. Welcome to Burner Brother Antiques. Like father, like son, Jacob said I'm in charge today. So, hey, welcome. We'll see what the day brings.
And I got to turn on the camera.
And Josh gets to turn on the camera. All right, folks, welcome. So what happened here is Jacob said, Josh and I get to be in charge today. So we switched seats.
We all rotated.
We rotated one. I went to the middle, he went there, Josh went over there.
I think you said Jimmy's in the hot seat.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard too. Like, you're in the hot seat. Sit down. Let's figure it out. But we're 9 days out from Christmas, folks.
9 days. How much shopping do you have done?
Whew. Well,
Hold on. Do you have the important one? Do you have Shannon done?
now you're asking questions I don't want to answer.
Jacob?
I have got one item bought.
That's better than none.
Better than none. I am ahead of that one item. I'm further along than that.
See, you're ahead of me.
I am ahead of you. All right, but no, really, where are you guys at with your Christmas shopping? Hopefully you're getting it done, and or there's some pretty cool stuff that we're doing this year. I'm gonna write some letters.
Oh, we don't want to tell everybody that.
Well, we don't, but I'm gonna write some letters.
They don't watch us
Honestly,
anyway.
our kids don't want.
Yeah, they're not gonna see it.
They're never gonna find
My
out.
kids aren't gonna see it. But anyways, we're 9 days out. I'll tell you what. I'll save that till after Christmas. And I'll tell you what we did.
Yeah, let's do that one.
All right.
I will say, I think it was 2 nights ago. I was downstairs in the living room. Emily was upstairs in our bedroom giggling. I'm like, then I heard like outright laughing. I'm like, what in the world is going on? And she comes down a little bit later and she's like, you and Jimmy in the warehouse was freaking hilarious. She's like, I was laughing out loud up there. So yeah, we did get a bunch of comments from that.
We did. We got a bunch of comments from the warehouse. But you know what? We had fun down there. It was work. We had to get some work done. But I'll tell you what, we can make...
Yeah, we didn't film all the dusty parts.
No, we didn't. But I'll tell you, we can find a little bit of laughter and fun in all that we do. And they got some pretty cool toys.
I don't know. I had to work all day that day. You guys got to go down there and play in the warehouse.
See, that's the same thing Lucas said. Now I know where he gets it.
Lucas said. Yes, that's crazy. But
We'll train them next time. We'll go to the auction, have them clean the warehouse.
Yeah, that
we
won't
could
work.
do that. We could do that. But we're getting into the Christmas mode here. Jacob, I seen you guys went to the Clifton Mill the other day. Took the family.
Yep.
Did you guys have a good time?
It was fun. It was fun. We it was really cool because the video only showed Audrey and Lucas, but we actually went with Noah and Hayla, and Rose was there. Funniest part was Rose had an accident in her pants.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw a picture this morning of Rose, and she was looking up at the lights.
Yeah.
And she looked like she was...
Oh, she loved it. Well, the funniest part though was right before the main. We got there before dark, and so Noah was going to go change her, and there's no changing rooms at all. And so what happened was that first video that I showed with the music, we got demonetized over the one that was playing. Noah was actually holding her, and she was like, already went, and he didn't want to miss it, so he waited. And then after that part was over, he went out and was going to go try and change her somewhere, but they don't have changing rooms. So he actually was going to do it in one of the porta johns, and they decided it was too bad in there to try and even make it. There's no pull down shelves or anything, so they went out on the park bench. It's like 35 degrees out, and Rose getting changed right there. But it is what it is at this point. But it was really funny.
I've done that with the kids. Open the back hatch, change it right there at the back
Right
of
in
the
the
vehicle.
car.
Wherever it's at, you got to get it done. It reminded me of the same thing. Like it reminded me of all those times when our kids were in that position, and I was the dad that had to figure it out. And it was just fun watching, as a grandpa moment, watching my son
Get to
take
sit
care of
back
my
and watch
grandma.
and enjoy.
I loved it, and what was really cool was Halo was like, man, Noah is such a good dad, and I'm like, I agree, and he is a good dad. That was good. That was the best part about it all to me, watching Noah be
the dad.
Be the dad.
Oh, yeah.
The lights were cool, but that moment for me was like, man, Noah's.
Then they're trying to figure out fatherhood really fast.
Yeah, and Rose is sitting there just,
That's
Rose,
parenting throws you in some situations you're not used to being in. That's for sure.
That is true. Now, because it looks easy from afar. You're like, well, why didn't you just do this? Why didn't you just do that? Okay, well, wait till you have a kid. then all of a sudden you have one, and you're like, oh wow, this is. It's kind of funny. I now have my second grandchild, and to watch Gabe and Meg with their second kid as opposed to the first one now it's really amazing. Like the first one come home, they didn't have like where's the playbook at for this? I need instructions on what to do. The second one coming home, oh yeah, it's much different. To watch them to do things, but it's funny. Josh, I wanted to ask you. The hard part about Christmas, like he was just asking, have you got your wife something? That's the hard part for me about Christmas. Trying to figure out what to get your significant
Well, all right, so we've talked about being grandparents and stuff like that. Even for me, I'm a little bit behind you guys. I don't have grandkids yet. My kids are all still at home. Man, you want to make it enjoyable. That's the biggest thing as a dad. For me, that's
right.
I want it to be just a magical time of the year. I know that a lot of times holidays get stressful, especially for,
right.
I know you guys are just like me. You spend money, you're worried about, did you get them what they wanted? Are they going to be happy with what you got them? That type of stuff. But a lot of times, I call it this, hitting the pause button and thinking about, okay, keep the right meanings, get what you can, do what you can, and do it with love and care in your heart. And I think that's the approach you got to take on those things. And I hope that my kids at the end of the day, they see that.
Right. What's important.
So that's but yeah, I've gotten a little bit of Christmas shopping done. Main things first.
Yeah.
I've only got to get Emily. I got her one thing. I'm going to get her one other thing. So there's two things.
You get two things.
There's two things.
We already know what he got. One thing.
Well, there's two things.
Sure,
I was like, the one was a gift more for me, and then the other one was one that I know that she had said she wanted.
Yeah.
So those are the two things I'm getting her.
Well,
not going to tell you.
I made a point this year. I mean, to be honest with you, instead of going somewhere else, I've been shopping at the Heart. I've been shopping out at the Heart.
I have too. I've got a lot of my presents.
Yeah, I have too. And I tried to think about what's something that I'm trying to buy that I couldn't buy at the Heart. And really, I have nothing this year that I'm looking for that I can't get at the Heart.
Well, you guys
which is kind of cool.
Your kids are a little older. You're getting unique gifts.
Yeah.
You're getting those fun gifts.
Kind of specialized thing that
something they might collect or
right.
I think that's cool. I still have to do a little bit of the the clothing and stuff like that.
Right.
So I still do a little bit of that because my kids are they're at that age where.
Speaking of things you collect, I got a little surprise coming this Christmas, and I'll fill you in when we're done with it. But I can't say anything right now. But it's going to be cool. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun. Yeah. So I agree. The Heart. What I like about when I see people shopping at the Heart, or even as I think about gifts to get from the Heart, is you're buying unique items. It's not like you can just get online and buy what's in that case over there. It's something that's already used. It's already been loved once, and it's going back in. It's up for sale. Mm-hmm. Unique items, vintage stuff, and it's not like you're buying a Walmart gift or a Target or whatever. This is something different. When they open it up, they're going to find something different. So you find what somebody's passion is. You find out what they like, what they collect. Go out to the Heart of Ohio, and you're going to find something that will match them perfectly. So, yeah, for this last week, I've got one item. When I said I got one item for Silka so far, it's one she confiscated from me. So I didn't even pick it.
Wow.
She was going to take it home a few weeks ago, and I said, "No, that's your Christmas present. Then I'm not letting you have that yet." So I got to find her something else. But yeah, the same thing. I want to find something that's from the Heart of Ohio. And what I really love about buying something from the Heart, the kid that's got the rock up there. I love that rock. He's got, This is an 11-year-old that's got that rock for sale. I'm thinking about buying that and giving it to one of my kids. I'm thinking about Noah. Actually, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it helps when you buy something from the Heart. You're buying something from a person, not from some big corporation or company, but a person that found it.
700 individual dealers in there.
Seriously, and but that kid, man, he was so excited about this thing that he brought in there for sale. He's like, I loved it, and he was so excited about it. And
knew about it, understood it.
Understood. So you buy something from somebody that does that, regardless if it's Jimmy with Fisher Price for all this stuff that he loves and he puts out there, and the things that he enjoys. And Shannon, they're finding the stuff, they're bringing it in with love and their care. You're helping support a family. You're helping support a passion.
Sometimes you're helping to buy a gift for when
absolutely.
The transition of money is it is important.
It's an incredible place to buy.
It's funny you say you're buying a gift from someone that loves it and cherishes it. I had this happen to me about 25 years ago. I had an item that I had in a mall. I used to before, when I was in college in the summertime, we would do that. But I had an item in the mall. It was actually a lamp. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to sell it. Yeah, it was down at Clifton at Weber's.
Yeah.
I didn't want to sell it, and I didn't want to sell it. And I put it in the mall. You know what? I need the money. I got to sell this. And I put it in the mall to sell. And then I finally said, you know what? I'm gonna go get that lamp. I don't want it. I really don't want to sell it. And I went down there, and it was gone. Someone had bought it. And I was like, well, you know what? At least someone's going to get, something that I cherished, and they're going to be able to cherish that gift. Well, it came Christmas time, and I got that as a gift for Christmas, and I still have it to this day.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool. I mean, to see that, exactly what you just said. It was something that you cherished, and but you were giving it to someone else, and then it came back to you. And I felt like, man, you know what? Now I can't get rid of that.
Can't get rid of it now.
You talk about bringing memories too. There was a couple in there last weekend, and they were looking at a painting, and the painting reminded them of something that happened in their past, and they were looking at it, and they were just talking about it, and I was standing there talking with them, and it was really cool. That's something else that the heart does. It has the opportunity for you to bring back a memory, or to create a memory, or seeing it. Those are things that going and getting a new pair of shoes doesn't do that.
No. Actually, shoes, they had those little tiny red boots out there that someone bought for some grandkid. Some little grandkid's going to have those boots on, because we still have Gabe and Braden's boots from when they were little. That reminded me of in the trunk at the house. We have a little hope chest at the end of our bed, and it's full of the kids' stuff when they were little. But those little tiny cowboy boots that were red, I have 2 sets of those that were Braden and Gabe's when they were little. And
I did the same thing. I got
that's cool.
Their first boots.
Yeah.
Their first boots. Yeah. And Braden used to run around in a pair of boots and a diaper and nothing else.
That's so funny.
But it's funny. Yeah, it's cool. But I hope people are sitting around this time of the year, having talks like this with their family or their loved ones or their friends, or reach out to people and communicate, because Christmas can be a wonderful thing, but it can also be hard on people sometimes. You need people to reach out. It can be
stressful for sure.
It can be stressful.
There's a lot going on. You're trying to finish up a lot. You're trying to get a lot accomplished. You're wrapping the year up. It's very stressful.
But it's always good to hear from someone. Maybe someone you haven't heard from in a while, or a relative or a friend, and you send them a text. But text is different. Call them. Hearing someone's voice is really unique.
Yeah, it's important.
It's important. I mean, and I think about this sometimes too, and I think about people. You're everywhere that you are. And when people are like, what do you mean by that? But what do you mean by that? But when you walk into a place or to a room or somewhere, if people see you, maybe they're seeing you for the first time, or maybe they like being around you because of the atmosphere or something that you bring. But everyone is where they are at all times. And when you go places and do things, make it know that people are wanting to see you. They want to hear your voice. They want to be a part of what you're doing in your life. Sometimes we forget that a little bit. I mean, our parents, even sometimes we take for granted that they're there. And, like Josh was saying the other day, we need to make sure we're making plenty of time to be around mom and dad and see him and talk to him. And he's right. You need to do those things.
Yeah.
And just like us being together, I'm telling you right now, a couple years ago, this would have been a dream. It really would have been. But now it's like, man, I get to be with these guys all the time. And
we gotta get Jason in here.
Well, and you know what?
He's close.
He's close.
He's really close to retiring.
2 years out.
And he's coming. But it's coming.
Part of our team here.
Part of the team, right?
Can't wait. It's something that I was talking about this at church yesterday, is that we often don't realize the influence that we have wherever we go. When we, like you just said, you walk in somewhere, are you being a beacon of hope, light, inspiration, or are you being a Debbie Downer? If anybody's out there, Debbie, I apologize, but I'm just saying. No, you know what I mean? Like you can choose to be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna realize the blessings I have in my life all around me every single day. And those days when I don't do that, I regret it.
Well, when you
When I
walk
get
in
so caught up, I
any
regret
place,
it.
yeah, when you walk in any place, when you walk in the room or to a store or to any place that you go, are people excited to see you? Do they want to be around you?
Where do they run?
Well, but you want them to be like, oh, hey, all right, how you doing?
Yeah.
You want them to be excited to be around you.
Yeah.
And happy to see you. And I'm the same way about
So we all have those days where nobody wants to be around us.
No, that's true. That's
No,
true.
but honestly, I think, man, it's important during the holidays to reflect.
You have to.
Really be thankful for the times you had, the things you've done, and the things you got coming.
Well, speaking of reflecting, Josh, I'm going to ask you guys this: growing up, what'd you get for Christmas that you really enjoyed? I mean,
Like as a kid?
Yeah, as a kid, we'll do a couple different ones. We'll do
Okay.
one as a kid and one as an adult. But as a kid,
Okay.
what'd you get for Christmas? You woke up and like Santa hit it right on the head.
Well, I remember the one year that I was a big time Star Wars fan.
Yeah?
And
Oh,
I wanted the Millennium Falcon. It was the only gift I even asked for. And I remember it was when Kmart was still around, and we would go shopping at Kmart.
Oh, yeah.
I seen one for sale there, and I was trying to get Mom to buy it. It was like the week before Christmas. She stopped Christmas shopping. I'm just going around. I'm like, they have one here, Mom. They have one. They have one. No, you're not getting that. Whatever. But yeah, that was when I opened up that Millennium Falcon. That was a really cool memory gift for me. I remember. And I think it was just as much as I think about it now. Was I remember shopping with Mom and seeing all the Star Wars figures on the shelves and the action figures and the X-Wing fighter and the Millennium Falcon, seeing all that stuff, and then her being
The Death Star.
like Mom was the Death Star. You're not getting that.
You're not getting that. Ruined it for me.
Ruined it.
But she made Santa Claus a hero.
Yeah.
Oh, Darth Vader, shut it down.
Yeah, the old Darth Vader. The dark side.
Little did you know she was Master Yoda.
Use the Force, Jacob.
I know.
So much, Josh, how about you? What was the one thing Santa hit the nail on the head with?
For me, it wasn't a present. My best memory from when we were all together at home. All right, I got to set this up a little bit. At our house growing up,
I think
There
he's
was
always
a
getting ready to
loft.
say. I think it's
And-
probably mine. My best memory. Oh, go ahead.
no, there's a loft, and Jimmy and Jason, their bedroom was in the area where the loft was, and the loft actually looked over. It was like a balcony that looked over to the living room, and that's where the Christmas tree was, where the fireplace was. So you could look down there and watch and see Santa come. So I think one of my best memories is being so excited to be able to stay in their room. Jacob and I, we shared a room right beside theirs. But on Christmas Eve, we would all stay in Jimmy and Jason's room.
All four of us would pile on the bed on the
Yeah.
end because we'd take mirrors and hold it up, try to watch.
So I remember all of us being there, and I remember trying to catch Santa, which we never did. We never did catch him.
No.
But that was probably one of my best memories of Christmas, was that moment. The other ones when we'd come into the living room for the first time and see the presents there. So those two, as far as a present, an actual present, this may have even been a birthday, but one of the best presents I ever got was a little 2-speaker boombox cassette tape player.
Oh yeah.
That thing, that was a game changer.
That was a game changer.
Game changer. And I remember what tape we got with it. Michael Jackson Beat It.
Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, so we played that thing.
Doing the
Oh,
moonwalk and the
yeah.
moonwalk.
Well, we spent. I think that year we spent the whole Christmas break working on all the Michael Jackson moves.
We
the
had a
moonwalk, the robot.
couldn't lean.
Oh,
the way he
man.
leaned,
No,
I couldn't figure it
that-
out. We would try, and we'd just
that
fall
lean
over.
he did. It still defies gravity. I mean, I don't know how he did that, but
Leaned and brought it back, didn't we?
we brought it way back. But
We
yeah,
had the moonwalk down though.
Oh, we could do the moonwalk.
Yeah.
we could do the moonwalk and the.
Most of the other stuff we got down pretty good. We couldn't do the lean though.
For me, it's kind of a unique. I thought Josh was going here. He talks about running out into the living room. Our living room is very open. It's a huge, just an open room, and then coming into it though, to get into it, there's a single doorway, and it was actually a smaller doorway because it used to be
out where we did the addition.
It was a cutout where Dad had added the living room on, so the doorway to the cutout was actually
It's
smaller.
like a closet doorway.
It's like a closet doorway.
It's probably like a 28-inch door.
Yeah, like two of us can't fit through it at the same time.
I can't. I have to
'Cause
duck,
we tried.
duck to go into
You duck and squeeze
Oh,
in to go
duck and
through
squeeze.
And we tried. It was but no, we would all line up at the door, and every year we would get lined up, and it was either oldest to youngest or youngest to oldest, or certain ways Mom and Dad would line us up different every year. But the one year we all got lined up and we're ready to run out into the living room to the tree to see what's out there, and we sprint out into the living room to the tree. The tree's kind of like in the middle on the other side. There's a pillar that stood right in the middle of the living room too that held up the loft. But we sprinted out into the living room and we're opening gifts and we're seeing things. And about 20 minutes into it, we realized that we ran right by a shuffleboard table.
Yeah, brand new shuffleboard.
A brand new shuffleboard table that Dad had put against, or Santa had put against the wall. We didn't see it when we ran by. And we started playing that. And then another 20 minutes went by and we realized on the other side of the room, Santa had gotten us this old
Pinball machine.
trucker pinball machine. And it was on the other wall. But those gifts were, they were family gifts. But we used them, I'll never forget, over the next week and a half that we had off school, we tore the bumpers off the pinball machine playing it. And we put so much, about 1,000 miles on that shuffleboard table, on each one of them little pucks.
Yeah.
But that Christmas for me somehow just kind of illuminates like what it was to be, because we did so much stuff as a family that during that period of time. And we were at the right ages where we were all still there. Everyone was still together. And
Yeah.
we were all still in the house running out. But it was really cool. That was a cool Christmas. But my favorite gift of all, probably Christmas wise, I would have to say,
Phone
it was a
friend.
phone. It was a phone.
You got the Apple?
Yeah, I got the Apple phone.
iPhone.
And so, yeah, I got the Apple phone. It was crazy. But yeah, I don't know that I had a specific gift that I cherished the most.
You were asking about as an adult. I think one of my favorite gifts as a dad was I'd asked I said, these guys think don't worry about buying me something. Just make something or something like that. You don't have to go spend money on me or whatever.
Right.
But Kaylin wrote me a letter every day for the 30 days leading into Christmas, and then gave it all to me. So every night before she go to bed, it was just like a diary for me.
Yeah.
That was really cool. That was probably the best Christmas gift I'd ever gotten. Just because it took so long and so much thought, and you could just feel her. She had good days and bad days.
Oh yeah.
I'm just writing this today because I said I would. I don't really want to write it. Just whatever. She was just being completely honest.
Right.
It was really fun.
That's cool.
That was a cool gift.
What is an adult gift? I don't know. What's the best adult gift you got? Like as you've been a dad?
Oh wow! As an adult, man, it'd take me a second to figure that out, because as an adult, when your kids
The giving is so important as an adult. Like I think I cherish that so much.
right. I like to during the Christmas time. I don't know. I like to see the happiness and joy in other people. I guess my favorite gift as an adult would be seeing happiness and joy in other people, and giving gifts, giving someone something they want or something unexpected. That someone's getting something totally unexpected and it kind of blows them away. And that feeling for me is one of the best gifts that I've ever gotten at Christmas, is giving something and watching someone.
Now there is an expected
wow.
gift.
There is.
I'm gonna see if you guys are the same way. I have an expected gift every year. Socks and underwear.
Socks and underwear.
Oh well, I mean,
But
I sometimes
depend on
can't
that.
wait till Christmas. Yeah, I can't wait
I
till
like
Christmas.
that. I
to get
love
those.
that gift. I mean, if you're giving that gift, keep giving
Keep
it.
giving it, because as much as
important
people say,
gift.
as much as people say, really, you get socks and underwear for Christmas?
That's the only time we get them sometimes.
Yeah, I cherish that gift.
Sounds crazy, but it's an important
It's an
gift.
important gift.
Oh, don't quit.
Oh yeah, it is. But how about snow? How many snow Christmases do you remember?
A lot.
A couple, yeah. I
A
remember
lot. I think it used to, like, it feels like we used to have a lot when we were kids. Maybe it's just because I remember them better.
You
as a
just
kid,
brought
or-
back a memory for me.
What is it?
Speaking of snow Christmases, we got remote control cars, and mine had the knobby tires on it. It was a car, but like a race car, but had knobby tires on it, and it had snowed out.
Right.
And it really did good in the snow. I remember we were out there running it around.
Yeah.
So that was, as soon as you said that snow, I was like, oh, that brought back a Christmas present from when I was little. But no, I'm sorry, continue.
No, that was fun.
Snow and Christmas.
Snow and Christmas. I remember. It seemed like when we were little, the snow seemed way bigger than it was. Probably. So our memories are probably jaded a little bit.
Yeah.
When we think backwards, it's kind of like, oh, well, snow is. But I remember the one year. I don't know if it was Christmas or what, but do you remember the snowdrift was big enough that we could make a fort? It was like a 40-foot wide underneath.
Yeah.
That was truly big enough because Mom's got pictures of that.
Yeah, well, I remember being in the
was-
snowsuits, and we were like digging out holes and tunnels, and we had this field. We lived beside a field, and it piled up.
Yeah, off the fence line.
Off the fence
Yeah,
line.
it was an old farm fence, and
so
the snow came through
The
and piled
drifts,
up.
the drifts were huge, and it had hardened up in such a way that we could actually just tunnel out. You didn't have to actually like push it together; you could just tunnel. And so we made this massive labyrinth of forts and whatever we were playing with at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Bunch of kids, and not just us. The whole neighborhood's
All
out
right,
there.
you remember the neighborhood snowball fight?
Oh, snowball fights were the best.
Speaking of that, our uncle.
Or football games. Snow, if you had a foot of snow on the ground, it was a football game.
Well,
Yeah,
I
one of the
remember
two.
going outside and getting prepared because we had an uncle that lived just down the road from us. I mean,
And every time it snowed.
and every time it snowed, he was coming up, and we knew it. So we would go outside and we'd roll these big snowballs and have like 3 or 4 of them in front, get a fort ready. We'd make snows, and then we'd be outside, and then the next thing you know, one of them balls would hit you. Snowball, and we're like, all right, he's here.
He's here somewhere.
He's
Where's he
here
at?
somewhere. And then we would end up having a big snowball fight. Oh, those were
It would be
so
like
much fun.
like 20 little kids against one adult.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we would start. Then we start making them in the yard, like 20 feet apart.
Yep.
We'd
Have
roll
a
big
war.
heaven war, snowball wars in the yard. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. And I remember.
All right, Emily and I were talking about this the other day, and she was like, "Really?" I was like, "No, we did this." Do you remember when Mr. Ferguson's would flood and freeze?
Oh yeah.
And then we would ice skate.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Where did you get ice skates?" Ice skates. I was like, "Emily,
We just had them."
a closet full of ice
Yeah,
skates."
we had
She
tons
was
of
like,
ice
"The
skates."
regular ice skates." I said, "Yes." I said, "And the weirdest thing is this: everybody could ice skate.
Yeah.
There wasn't a single kid in the neighborhood that couldn't ice skate."
Yeah.
But his froze all
Oh,
the
it would
time.
freeze, and we would ice skate.
It was only like an inch deep. It
Yeah,
wasn't like
yeah.
it was
You couldn't
water.
fall
It was
through.
just
No.
like it was literally just a ring. It
As a
was
matter of
almost
fact,
like
some
it
of
was
them would like
ice-
crush. You remember when you'd be walking
Yeah,
up
you
there,
passed
like
the
crunch,
edge.
crunch, crunch.
until you got on the solid water,
Yeah.
the solid ice. But yeah, it was cool in that it was probably 3 acres or something, 2.5 acres.
Yeah, it was big.
It was huge.
Yeah. And it was his yard.
It was a big flooded out area. Is all that it was.
It was
It was
just
like
a
a
low
retention
spot.
area. And man, we'd get out there and ice skate. And I remember Mom would even be out there. And I was telling Emily about that, and she was like, "So you've really ice skated before?" I'm like, "I'm telling you,
Well,
I
we took
used to
some
ice
nasty
skate."
falls out there too, because you get going fast, and then there'd be a place in the yard where it was really thin, and you hit one of them crunch spots and hit. And when
No slant.
when skates hit on grass, they don't glide through it. It's
No.
boom, pow. You're right over in the. Then you're going home with a bloody nose, and what happened?
I have no idea where the ice skates came from, but I was telling her, I was like, I remember them things would lace clear up past your calves.
I remember I had a pair
Maybe they would.
of white.
I was littler, but
Mine were pure white ice skates, and they laced clear up to, I mean, almost like halfway up your calf.
that's the way I remember them too. I don't remember.
Then
I remember-
the laces were like 4 foot long. You had to wrap them about 4
one
times.
of the first pair I remember, if I remember this correctly, Jimmy, there was 2 blades on the bottom.
There was,
Ice-
yes, some of them had
Some
two
of them
blades.
had two
2 blades,
Yep.
right? Because then that's how we could ice skate so easy. Because it was almost it was
wasn't
like
too
cheating.
bad,
It was like
yeah.
it was like
Cheater
training wheels
skates,
on,
yeah.
on the
skates.
bikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody, it wasn't just us though.
No,
the whole neighborhood did it.
They all bring their skates. Everybody in the neighborhood had skates.
Yeah, that's
I remember
something
the-
that
the
my
first
kids
time-
have never had skates. You know,
Yeah.
I've never.
Springfield.
I remember a couple years ago, the kids did go into the chiller.
Yeah, chiller in Springfield.
Well, I remember on the skates, there's a smooth bottom, then they curved at the front, and then about halfway up the curve, it had little jaggeds
Yep,
in them.
little-
And I remember the first time I figured out what those were for and what you don't use them for. Skating along, yeah, and I thought, are you supposed to stand up on them to stop? Well, I was skating along, and I remember trying to stand up on those to stop, and that caught the ice like a pick, and once again threw me down. And I was like, wow.
You guys are hearing that Jimmy got thrown down a lot as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But we found ways to get other people back, and it was fun.
Memories of kids. There you go.
That
Today's
was
video is a
fun.
little different.
Well,
A little reminiscent.
as we got a little older, though, we still had snow. I actually lived at the time in the house beside my parents, and I've seen a video. We watched it a few times, and Jason's got it actually. One Christmas, it was snowing so hard that they couldn't hardly see out there. And he videoed me going to the truck, starting it, coming back to the house, taking a kid out to the truck,
I
coming
remember
back to the
watching
house,
this in live time,
taking
yeah.
another kid out back to the house. You were probably still at home.
I was still living at home.
So the place that we were just talking about ice skating, Jimmy ended up buying that property, which was Mom and Dad's front yard.
Yep.
Literally now it's their front yard. So it was all connected, and so that's what he's referring to. And so you got video taking your kids to the car from Mom and Dad's front porch at the next house over.
Yeah. Actually, Jason was inside Mom and Dad's house, and he was videoing. We got for some reason, everybody got new camcorders that year. And he was videoing us going out to the truck, me taking all the kids out one by one because they were small, little,
Yeah.
and I had to carry them to the car. And we used, the car to drive literally 300 yards
About right, about 300 yards.
to Mom and Dad's to come back in. But it was snowing so hard that Christmas. I remember that was a fun one because we were inside, just the kids all running around, and those are good memories of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, give us your memory of Christmas. Something great that you had.
Gift. Yeah, tell us a gift.
A gift that you got that meant something to you, or one you gave that brought joy to you. That's what we like to hear. When people's lives are, affected by those kinds of things.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Jacob? Between Christmas and New Year's, it's always a fun time. It's always a good time to get together.
One of the most fun things about our family is, first off, we don't mind being around each other. I'm finding out the older I get that's a unique situation. That
I know.
Most people, they don't do the things that we do as a family. Because when I say as a family, there might be 40, 50, 60 of us that get together at any given night. Last week, we came here, we had 20 people at our house just on a Tuesday night. Just, hey, guys, we get together tonight and get some food. And nowhere, we had 20 people. But Mom and Dad's at Christmas, we'll get where there'll be 50 or 60 of us. And a lot of times over the years, from Christmas all the way through New Year's, we get together and we play cards and tell stories, and lots of euchre playing. Lots of euchre.
Mama's a shark.
Mama's a card shark. So
she acts like she don't know what she's doing, and then she
lays it down.
Tail.
She does.
But that's always fun, I think, that spending that time together, because when you're just playing a game, playing cards, whatever, you're talking and you're telling stories and you're catching up on life. And
those are the days that 8 hours goes by so quick.
Yeah.
And it's time to go home and you just don't want to let it go.
It's like, really? Already?
Like for us, even for all of us, for me, this time of the year is so, for us, it's good. It's wonderful. It's magical. For me, it is. And I think about the lead up to, because I know what's coming. I know that Christmas Eve's coming and the things we're going to do. I know I'm stopping by Josh's house on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, you've been doing that for what?
A long time.
A long time.
Because
it hit, you guys would come from up north.
Up north, Shannon's parents.
From their Christmas, right?
Yeah, we would have my wife's Christmas up at her house.
At the same time, I was having my wife's Christmas, and then you guys always came
on the way home. We always stopped by Josh's house.
Yeah, and it just became a tradition.
Yeah, we've been doing that a while, years.
And then, as a matter of fact, you've had several Christmas cards from the previous year. That were taken at my house.
Taken at your house. Oh yeah, we got one of the best ones
when you had everybody together, and it was just fun.
That was but we know that's coming, and you look forward to it, and then Christmas Day, and we're going to Mom and Dad's, and then all the time after between then and New Year's that we spend together. We really take time to make family important, and to make. I mean, to be honest with you, I know Mom might watch this, but it's okay. I got Mom something this year that we've cherished for a long time growing up as kids. It's always been a staple to Christmas.
I know what you got her then.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
I do. I just
because it's
jog my
out
memory.
every year. She
Yeah.
never, and it's a. If she
say
watches it, she sees it's a glow mold set. Mary and
glow mold,
Joseph and the baby Jesus, and
We're
it
going to
was.
have to edit this part out now, Jimmy.
Yeah, man,
You're
all
gonna
close
tell
your
her?
ears.
Yeah,
That's
don't
all
listen.
right.
Don't listen.
But it's okay. It's a Christmas gift, and if I got to give it to her earlier because it's got to be there when we get there.
You want to talk about excitement? Do you remember when we were little and we'd finally get to put that out?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The
That was
nativity
big.
set every
The
year.
nativity set every year it's a
It was-
staple.
Yep.
And but it's something you remember from every.
And we'd always lay
year.
baby Jesus down in the manger. The last thing we got
Yeah.
to do.
Yep.
And yeah, I happened to come across one this summer at an auction, and I said, "Getting that, I don't care what it costs.
That's going back to
It's
the house.
going back to the house."
That's awesome.
Yeah, because Mom's it's getting worn and tattered, and we wanted to have something that was
It's been
unique
there as
for
long
her.
as I can remember, so it's
It has.
old. You know.
Yeah. Here's
You
the
ever
thing
remember
is,
Christmas without it?
no.
Oh, neither.
Never. And here's the thing is, I'm wondering, like, is Mom probably won't change it out either. She's probably going to have two now. Be my guess.
Put up a second tree just for that set.
Just for the second one.
Oh, that's fun.
They did something fun this year. It looked like her and some of the granddaughters got together to decorate the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because Mom was talking about, when we got together that Tuesday, that night over here for dinner, Mom was talking about how she had to get the ladder out, and she was going to put the tree over the edge of the balcony in the
that we
living
were
room.
talking about, yeah.
And then climb up and get it down and have Dad go. And we're like, you can't do that. What are you guys going to fall and get hurt? And so, and all the girls were like, no, let's go over and help Mom get all that stuff down. And,
Yeah.
and that was a fun day for them.
Yeah, they had a lot of
enjoyed
fun.
it. Getting that all
Very
set
cool.
up. It was cool.
Well, guys, enjoy your Christmas.
Yeah,
Make
reminisce
sure-
a little bit. Think about the good times.
Yeah. There's always good things you can think about and bad things, but focus on the good ones. Focus on the good ones.
Yeah, have joy in your heart this year, I guess, is what we're trying to say.
If you're still looking for a present, or if you haven't started like some of us,
Yeah.
Go to the heart.
out to the antique center.
We'd
We
love
got
to see
something
you.
for
That's where I'm headed shortly. I got to do some more shopping.
Well, the nice thing too is the next week and a half, we don't have any other sales, no whatnots, no auctions or anything, and so we're going to be able to be out there a lot more too. So if you do stop out the antique center, first time out there, we'll buy you lunch, on us if it's your first visit, and then say hi. We'd love to hear your stories and talk to you.
Yeah, sit down and tell us a Christmas story. I love Christmas stories. I love stories.
Yeah.
I love Christmas stories especially. Good time of the year. One of my favorite times of the year.
You can tell.
It's this. I do. I get excited about it.
I love
'cause
it. We all love it.
It should bring happiness and joy to your life. Because Christmas is, it's about for me, it's about, the birth and Jesus and doing those things and being that close to what really matters, what's going on in our lives. So enjoy that with your family. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Enjoy that with your families. And on that note,
Man, it went deep quick. Didn't
it sounds like we need to do some Christmas shopping.
We got to go shopping, guys.
So-
So I guess we'll see you later.
See you at the heart.
Enjoy the day. And
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
It's only
Christmas.
9 days.